Preparing to live stream. I should know to start this process about 5 minutes early.
Says it is streaming.
It is streaming now?
Yep.
Okay, there it goes. Now it's acknowledged. All right,
Okay, we're good to go.
good to go.
All right, very good. All right, thank you, Tim. Okay, welcome. My name is Don Farrer, the chairman of the Planning Commission. And before we begin tonight's meeting, I've got a short statement I'll read regarding the how we hold our meetings in this era of COVID. It has been determined that an in-person meeting is not practical or prudent because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the related peacetime emergency declaration made by Governor Walz in accordance with Minnesota statutes. We have ensured that all members of the body participating in the meeting, wherever their physical location, can hear one another and can hear all discussion and testimony offered at today's meeting. We have also ensured that members of the public present at the regular meeting location of the body can hear all discussion and testimony and all votes of the members of the body. We have urged the public not to attend this meeting in person because of the COVID-19 pandemic and have ensured that members of the public can view and monitor the meeting remotely in real time by broadcasting the meeting on Cook County website. All votes will be conducted by roll call, so each member's vote on each issue will be identified and recorded. I have a question about the statement I'm reading here, and perhaps Tim, you can. We do refer to the people coming to the regular meeting, like physical location, and we're not there. But the public has all been notified. It's well known that I just noticed that as I read it, we're talking like there's somebody, if they are, they're sitting outside the doors waiting to get in, I think. So I don't think that's an issue.
We can get an update, Mr.
Yeah,
Chair. We can get an update from Molly.
Yeah, it just kind of caught I thought about it last month when I read it. I forgot to mention that later. Okay, having read that, we are going to begin our Planning Commission meeting for December 9th. And the first item we are going to do is call a roll call, since all things, as I read, will be done by roll call vote tonight. So I will call the roll to see who is present. Adam Treifel?
Muted.
Yeah, I saw him there somewhere. Adam.
Yeah,
Adam,
present.
I see him. You wave your hand, Adam. I see you. Okay, Jerry Hineker?
Here.
Judy Machenbacher?
Here.
I am here. Charlie Laboda
Here.
is here. Greg Mueller.
Yep.
John Lachute, John, have you joined us? I don't think so, Tim, no. John is not here at this point. And Commissioner Dukirk is with us as well. All right. So the first item then on our agenda tonight is to adopt the agenda and approve the minutes of our last meeting, which was November 18th, 2020. If folks have had an opportunity to review those minutes, any additions or changes?
I move we approve the minutes for the October meeting and approve the agenda.
All right, we have a motion from
Second.
Judy. And
I'll second
we have a
that.
motion by Judy to adopt the minutes and approve the minutes and adopt the agenda. And I think that was Jerry that gave us a second.
Yep.
Yeah, further discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll take a roll on that. Adam Treifel,
Aye.
Jerry Hineker,
Aye.
Judy Machenbacher.
Aye.
I myself, Charlie Laboda,
Aye.
Greg Mueller.
Aye.
All right, the motion is passed. The next item is ongoing business is the Frickman CUP permit review. Bill, do you want to handle that?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is in relation to Stephen Sharon Frickman's art gallery up on County Road 44. They've received an interim use permit in 2018 with the requirement for annual reviews. We reviewed it last year. And this year's review is markedly different simply because of COVID and its impacts on the visitors and the foot traffic that they had up to their their gallery. If you'll recall, in 2019, they had over 400 gallery visitors over the course of the summer, primarily weekends after Memorial Day, and then the Fall Art Tour, which is advertised seasonally and is a pretty popular event that includes galleries all along the North Shore into Canada, and it's a pretty popular event here. And Greg, you're part of that, aren't you?
Correct.
Yeah. So it has a draw to it, and unfortunately, with COVID this year, travel restrictions and things like that, the Canadian border is still closed. The Frickmans only reported 40 visitors this year. They did not actively advertise other than the Fall Art Tour brochures that were printed and sent out earlier in the year before COVID hit. And so within those constraints, if you looked at the packet, you did get the response from Sharon and Steve, which was effectively that this was a non-year as far as their business goes and that sort of thing. And I think even in comparison to 2019 in that review, even with that high volume of traffic, they demonstrated a good adherence to the conditions of their interim use permit, and I don't think that is different in 2020. So from our perspective, their permit expires next year, which means that review in 2021 would entail also the submittal for a new permit. So from a land services perspective, we received no calls, no concerns, traffic, visitor wise, or any other of the issues that have been identified. We sent out 20 letters to nearest neighbors to solicit comments. We received one letter from Mike Shelmeski and Myra Thiner, who are the neighbors to the north of the Frickman property. And basically their comments were just how quiet it was because of COVID. So, as far as that having an impact on the activities or the permit or the conditions and that sort of thing, I don't see that. So from a land services perspective, this review is favorable and gives all merit to allowing them to continue for the 2021 tourist season.
Oh, very good. Since this is a review, do you need action by us?
No.
No.
What you can do is just approve the review.
Sure.
Doesn't need to be conditioned or anything like that, or a resolution, anything like that. The same function that we're going through, I will repeat to the Board of Commissioners in January.
Very good. Anyone have comments or questions regarding the gravel pit reviews?
I think we're on Frickman.
Oh, excuse me, I'm way ahead already.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
You're down the road a piece.
I am. My mind is way ahead of my pencil here. Okay, the Frickman property we're dealing with, the CUP review. Anyone have any thoughts or comments, questions? Motions? Do we have anyone from the public that is here? I guess Frickman's. We don't have anybody online, do we, Tim? Do you see? No one here. Okay, so I won't worry about the public comments. We have no public, so it's been opened and I guess closed. And I'm hearing nothing from the commissioners. So would anyone like to make a motion to accept the review as written by staff?
I'll move to accept.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Mueller
I will second. Commissioner Laboda.
and Charlie has given us a second. Any further comments or questions before we move? Okay, hearing none, I'll call the roll. Adam Treefel,
Aye.
Jerry Hineker,
Aye.
Judy Mattenbacher,
Aye.
How about I myself, Charlie Laboda,
Aye.
and Greg Mueller.
Aye.
And that has passed. So moving on, what was our next item here? That is the one I had going through my mind. Gravel pit reviews. Now, now we'll try this one, Bill.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, this is an annual review process that is written into the conditional use for the 11 gravel pits that are permitted by the Board of Commissioners in Cook County. It is an annual process, and if you're familiar with this, basically what occurs is that I send out a questionnaire asking the pit and permit owners to give us an idea of what type of volume, what type of material, activities, things like that were enacted over the course of the 2020 construction season. And in this case, I heard back from 10 of the 11 pit/permit owners. I did not hear from Dean Berglund at this point. So, the functionality of that is that he's going to have his review later. And the 11 or the 10 other pits all performed within the expectation of their conditions. A couple of the pits produced a lot of material this year. Most notably the Humphrey pit up on Ball Club Lake Road. And if you'll recall, we also, the Planning Commission and Board of Commissioners approved an interim use permit for the Humphrey pit for a wash operation. Midsummer, I sent out an email just suggesting that if you had an opportunity to go see that operation, it's pretty informative. During my site visits, everything was located within the pit. There was no runoff or any other issues outside the perimeter. And within that regard, most of the material that they mined and produce is being moved up towards Grand Portage for the completion of the Highway 61 project next summer. Everybody else had activities, but nothing that was of a huge concern or in deviation to the conditions of their permits. We redid the Laboda pit last year. Charlie, representing the Laboda grading, could certainly give you a greater detail about their activities, but they stayed within the constraints of the existing permit and didn't generate any more beyond the 20 improvement amendment. Sorry, I've got a cat here. So within those constraints, the 10 pits permits that are reviewed past that review. An offshoot of this is that I've had a couple of meetings over the last month with the highway department, and they have expressed an eagerness to bring some of their pits that are not necessarily under the umbrella of Cook County into the permitting realm. So that's really a positive. That's been one of the things that we've really, over the course of multiple engineers and some cooperative, some resistant, to have that sense of cooperation from the highway department is really important. And it's really appreciated. Robbie and Josh over at the highway department are really doing a great job of being transparent and very hands-on with their approach to resources in Cook County. So the permits that are identified as approved for review can go forward into the 2021 construction season. I'll work with Dean Berglund to get that material for you. You'll probably look at that as a review in January. If he doesn't cooperate, then we always have the ability to revoke the permit, which we don't want to do.
Very good. Any questions or comments from the commissioners? Charlie, you look like you're going to say something.
I'll just add to, just a note on ours. We do still intend to utilize the amendment that we went through last spring. I just had a conversation with, Yulin representative on Monday, that the stormwater plan, is just about ready to bring into the land services for their review. So, that was just an additional note.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Tim, I guess we have no one here from any of the gravel pits or the public, huh? So no one has any other comments or thoughts. I'd entertain a motion to approve the gravel pit review.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, all right, is that Jerry?
Yep. I'll make the motion that we approve the reviews and move forward. Everything looks, I think, good. Very positive. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Jerry. You got a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Charlie is seconded. Further comments, questions? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Adam Trefo,
Aye.
Jerry Hineker,
Aye.
Judy Machenbacher.
Aye.
I myself, Charlie Laboda,
Aye.
Greg Mueller.
Aye.
And we are, and John is not here now. We have approved it.
I
And
have a question.
yes,
Would it be appropriate for Charlie to abstain from the vote? And I would do the second. Based
You
on
know.
conflict of interest.
Fine.
Yes, I
Yeah.
think that's probably appropriate, yes.
that's probably a good idea, Judy.
Okay,
So Charlie was the second. Judy is going to move into,
I will-
take the second. Correct?
yes.
Yes, okay. So we have a motion by Jerry, and Charlie, we'll take you off of the I assume you're agreeable to this, Charlie. I see you nodding your head there. Yeah, it does make sense. I didn't think of it
I'm
myself. So we'll just abstain, Charlie. We have a motion by Jerry, a second by Judy. And I guess maybe I'm going to call the roll again, just so we make sure we are true on this second roll. Just so if, in case anybody ever does complain, it's going to be Adam,
Aye.
Jerry Hineker,
Aye.
Judy,
Aye.
and I'm an aye, and Charlie's going to be an abstain, right, Charlie? And Greg Mueller.
Aye.
Very good. Now we have approved it. And let's see, that's our last item. Before we go, though, I would like to just for a minute say, I think this is going to be Commissioner Dukirk's last meeting. Although Heidi, you'll always be welcome to just join us whenever you like.
For unfiltered public comment.
Yeah. Well, we'd like you to bring a little bit of a filter. We're not ready for you quite unfiltered, but we'll. but it's been our pleasure to have you here, Heidi. We and appreciate the help and advice you've given me along the way. So I think if anyone else has anything they'd like to add, otherwise we'll be ready to adjourn.
Do I get your seat now and your toys?
Yeah, right.
Yep. Yep. You can have all my squishy toys.
Okay. All right.
And usually it's a shame that we have, remote like this, because usually when it's a last person, someone's going off, we'll have, cupcakes or cake or something like that. And regrettably, we don't. So
Yeah.
I made a pan of cupcakes, but then I ate them all. So
Good. You can have my
Just
stomach.
virtual treats.
yes.
Very good.
I'd say the
Alright.
best one so far was the EDA meeting last night. Rob Eklund and Bruce Kerfoot showed up to wish me farewell.
Very good.
Oh.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thanks, Heidi. Thanks for all your years of service in other ways as well. And we often we kind of forget that stuff. Right? We meaning the public, and I'm one of them sometimes. So
You're
Thank you.
also a way longer public servant than me, Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Bear.
yeah, well, it gets in the blood. You and I think you'll find that out. You know that.
Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
that. I already signed up for one committee.
Thank you. Okay, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
We have a motion
Second.
by Judy, second by, was that Jerry?
Yep.
Yeah, all right. Motion by Judy, second by Jerry. Adam Treefel,
Aye.
Jerry Hineker,
Aye.
Judy Matschbacher,
I.
I myself, Charlie Laboda.
Aye.
Yeah, and Greg Mueller.
Aye.
We are adjourned, folks, till next month.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep, have a good
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Heidi. Thanks,
Bye,
Heidi.
Heidi. Thank you.
Stay